This is Damon Stevens with Fenwell Builders. Today is Monday, March 7th, 2022, and the stock market update for our trades of the day. Boy, did the Bears dominate today or what? Boy, hopefully you were on the downside of the market here and caught some of this because it was a bloodbath here for the longs. So, again, we're not financial advisors, but we are bringing you information and content to hopefully help you in your trades for the day, at least give you some ideas of where the markets might be heading and what kind of trades are there out there. So looking at the overall market, you can see Dow Jones closed down 2.37%, Nasdaq down 3.62%, and S&P 500 down 2.95%. So huge drop today. You can see the heat map, it's pretty red across the board. There's a couple spots, healthcare did great. Energy just continued to rocket, and utilities as well. And there's another exciting thing that we saw happening today with oil. And that's right here on the scanner that we talk about watching every day, looking for things that get close to 100% high volume. And look at HUSA. We looked at this one today. We traded it. Also INPP was multi-day trade. Man, it just killed it. So hopefully you're watching the stocks. I'll go through some of the charts, but we covered these stocks last night, and today they just continue to kill it. Now, HUSA is a new one for this morning. Pre-markets when it hit, but almost 500% in one day is just crazy. And now these are short-term plays too, day trades, scalp trades. These energy stocks that are highly elevated are not ones for holding long-term portfolio. So excuse me, just letting you know that that's how we're looking at these. So HUSA, so we were down here $1.54. Peak today was $13.94, and if you look at it, this was pre-market. This is where I started getting into looking at this trade here. As you can see here, pre-market 579, pull back down to 310, back up to 558, and here was the breakout. So here's where through the morning hours, if you didn't catch this first part of the trade, it is definitely on this hitting the scanner here, pre-market. But if you didn't catch it, you obviously would have caught it, when it got close to here up to, $7-8. And then from there, it just continued to climb up to 13.94 and then pull back down. And it dropped below the, here's after hours, it pulled back down up above down to 20. Pulled below it, but it's back above it again. So as long as this holds this, looking for a continuation play tomorrow, if we'll stay strong and the market continues to stay weak, just a huge opportunity. And INDO as well. So in INDO, we talked about this one last week and talked about last night as well. If it's just going to give us multi-day trade, and it has, right? We were on the 22nd, it was at $23. So on the first, on the fourth, we were at $49. So that was our Friday. And then boom, today, $86.99. Crazy. So if you held this, congratulations. I didn't hold this for the weekend, but I did trade it today, and boy, oh my gosh, just killer stock. I just cannot believe it hit $86.99, but we'll take it. You had a couple bounces here, so you had a couple opportunities to get in. Towards the end of the day, just pulled back here to, down to the 50, down the lower trend line. Had a short bounce here, didn't trade the end of the day though. I typically try to catch this on the first or second bounce of the day and then try to get out, because a lot of times these stocks just kind of fade the rest of the day. And I talked about this in multiple videos, to try to catch the first one or two bounces, because a lot of times these just fade off and sometimes you never see them again. So INDO, is it possibly done? We'll see, but you can see here, it kind of stair steps. So kind of pulls up, consolidates, pulls up, consolidates. So as long as we stay right here around this 20, hopefully we can get another run at this. But INDO has been a good multi-day trade. So just killer today. Just blew my mind how well this did. MXC was a multi-day trade as well from last week. So you can see here, low is 15.44, got up to 28.44, almost 100% there, 35.50, and then $43 today. Just killer day. I mean, almost 100% just off this morning low. You know, if you're at 22, or even if you caught it when it bounced down to 24, roll this up there, you just killed it. So set our trend line here, you know, a couple times. You know, does it run up here and hit it again? It's possible. Right now we're above the 20, so looking for a continuation play on these. So all on the short list tomorrow. These are just incredible runs. CYRN multi-day trade as well. We talked about this one, how it's had lots of spikes. We were looking to see if it was going to, you know, give us more spikes, and actually did give us more than expected. As you can see here, you know, back here on the second, you had the spike here, you know, a couple some shorter spikes here off of our bottom trend line, you know, running around $5, hit $7, and it, you know, it was kind of doing lower highs, right? We talked about this on Sunday, but then you know, today it just gave us a nice spike through up to, you know, almost $8 spike, and we're sitting here, you know, still above our trend line. But so you can see this little wedge we had here, and it did break out to the upside. So we're above the upside. It held. Looking for continuation play on CYRN as well. So oil stocks are just these little smaller caps or smaller stocks are just killing it in the market right now, just really giving you some great opportunities. So earnings, let's get into earnings a little bit here. So you can see here a lot of, you know, these smaller companies in here, so not, you know, paying a lot of attention to, didn't really do anything on Monday. Looking Tuesday, you know, for the morning for Dix and Petco, I think Dix is still, you know, making a pre-move here in the market today. But looking at Petco, maybe Bumble and Stitch Fix, maybe at the end of the day. But just looking at a few of these, CrowdStrike, Asana, definitely on Wednesday. Thursday, JD, Blink, DocuSign, Rivian, Oracle, and Ulta, and then Friday, Futu. But know, just not a lot of attention's put around these, but, you know, just kind of keep an eye out, but definitely focus on these oil stocks while it's hot until they die off and you know, pull back. So, but we'll continue to ride on those. Amazon here, you see here, we're back down here to this double bottom. We talked about this maybe forming, and see if we get some support here. If we can, that's great. We break below this, you know, 2750 level, 2749, more likely we're going to come down to this 200 around 2560. So we will break, if we break this, we'll be coming down a little bit lower. Hopefully just tag and find support here, not break below it. But we'll see. Google, again, coming into, you know, almost like a triple bottom, because we spiked it here at the same level. So this is a triple bottom, and we can bounce off. Hopefully so. If hopefully not, we can get support here around this 2489 level and get a bounce. If not, we got the 100 moving average down here, 2744. So, or 2277. Sorry. So we'll see if our support level can hold. And if not, then look for a lower target here at 2277. Tesla. So Tesla's down here. You see we had a big old spike down to 700, but it's really been trying to struggle to hold above this 800. So as long as we help, you know, here's our support line around 798, 796. If we can hold this, hopefully we can get a bounce off here. If it breaks below this, then it's a shorting opportunity down to this 700 level, and possibly even lower to 660. NVIDIA, we're looking at NVIDIA here to hold support, hopefully at the support line here, and also around 208. Same with our trend line, lower trend line here. If that breaks, then, you know, 181 would be our next target on a short if we break this. So looking to see if we can get some support here. ABGO, you know, we talked about, as long as it holds at 20, we're looking for a potential bounce here, and it looks like it's just ready almost to break. If it does, then 523 is going to be the next level of support. So it'll be a short instead of a long here. So it's right on the edge. So we'll watch Broadcom and see if it can hold here and may consolidate and then break up. But right now it's looking like it's getting weaker and ready to break down. Microsoft broke our 50. Come down here, we have a support line here just below where it went today. So if we would break 276, more likely we would come down to at least 260 or 254. If we break that, then we have the 200 down here. So we've seen what Microsoft can do as far as holding this level. Apple broke for 20, and the next level down here is this 150, 53 level. So we'll see. We could just consolidate in here as well. So looking for Apple, either break back of the 20 or possibly come down that 50. Continue to like our videos. If you're enjoying this video, take a quick moment to like our video, and also feel free to leave comments and continue to share our videos with others. Junior yield. See, we bounced off this support level here. We've hit it 4 times. Now we're just below the 50. So if we break by the 50, maybe move back higher. But it's good that if it can stay right in this zone here, that's to me, in my opinion, that's a better area for it to stay if it wants to help the market out. Oil blew through our next level here. So 120 is it blew through and went almost 127 and pulled back here to 122.86 is kind of the range where it's at right now. So we'll put another line in the sand up there at 130. See if it can get there. And maybe get through that. Where this goes, it's hard to say before it has a pullback here, but man, oil just, continues to rocket. So just continue to take advantage of it as it does that. US dollar, dollar is elevating. And, last time it was up here in this range was back, last time we had big market to crash. So back in March 2020. And so we're getting elevated up here towards this $1 range. So that's making me a little nervous that if it gets elevated up here, it obviously it's demonstrating that there is inflation in the marketplace, and the dollar is getting elevated here. And you see that we had like a nice little double bottom here. We broke out of it, clear down here at $93. And so do we reach this and create this entire range? Possibly. If we do, I think the market's going to be coming into some pretty heavy lows here. So I'm just watching this dollar, but I do not like the look of that dollar and how elevated it's getting. The same with the VIX. The VIX is, at 36. We really want it down below 20 if we were, in a good, bull market, and we're not. We're not even below 30. So, does this elevate and come back up here and attack our trend line as it has in the past? So it's possible the way it's going now, but if it does, boy, the market's coming down. So we'll definitely get at least a 20% correction if we're going to continue to see this VIX continue to climb here. So I don't like to see that as well, at least for my longs. But for shorting opportunities, there are plenty. And with the oil stocks, there's been plenty of scalping opportunities as well, day trades. So just be careful out there in the market, depending on what your strategy is. Whether you're investing for long term or if you're trading. And if you're buying the dip, just be careful buying the dip, because the dip is still dipping. So just be careful out there. So here's a spike, and looking at things at a weekly basis right now, because I really want to see how deep this risk in this market's going to possibly go here. So here's a spike. You can continue to see it following our trend line down here. If it breaks this 411, this week or tomorrow, then we maybe come down this 400, which is where our 100 moving average is. Then we have a lower trend line here, just below that. So, how far do we come down? It's hard to say, but right now we are continuing the trend downward. Triple Q, same thing. We're almost to the 100 here. So if we can bounce off this 100 at 320 area, then that's good. If we breach that, then we're going much lower. So, but you can see the triple Qs is still going down. Semiconductors, same thing. You can see a downward trend here. We breached all these prior lows. So we got the 100 down here for support, hopefully at 231.55. Dow Jones, see it coming down here to our lower trend line. We breached the 50. The 100 is down here at 317.93 or 318. So if we break our trend line, 318 hopefully will be support for us. IWM, it's pulling down as well. You can see just kind of lowering, come right down our trend line here. Now here's the lower lows around 180.88. So if we can hold our support line that we have here, which it came down and tagged, which is kind of where these stopped here before and bounce off here, then hopefully we can rally back up. But if not, we've reached this 193.72 tomorrow, or the next few days, probably coming down here closer to the 200 here, 177. Financials, huge pull down. I mean, we blew right through the 50 moving average in our support line, at 36.93. Down here going towards the 100. So we're at 35.97. The 100's down here at 33.83. So financial is, if it's showing this weakness here, it's going to pull down everything with it. So definitely a lot of weakness in the market. So healthcare is kind of just flat here. It did get back below the 20, so we're between the 20 and the 50. So we can get back above 131.62. Hopefully we can rally up. If we get below 124, then we're coming down here to our lower trend line and possibly 119. Technology continues showing weakness as well. So, if we can bounce off this 144, great. We need to get above 151 to rally up. If not, then 136 could be next on the docket. Bitcoin is just consolidating between our 20, our 50, and our 100. So just looking for a breakout above 42,000 or a breakdown below 36,000 for some direction. A wave continues to kill it and rock it. It just continues to shoot up here. So new highs 24, where we were this weekend. We were down here, in this $18 range, broke up through 20. Now we're up to 24, looking for a continuation play, really up towards this 31.50 range. So it just continues to do well. So Waves is doing great on our crypto. Luna continues to pull back, as we talked about. We have had a reversal here, and it's kind of pulling back, looking for it to find support here at the 20. If it breaks to 20, 74 at 74.70 right now, and I'm going to take it off or short it possibly. But we had a nice little double bottom here, broke the resistance line here, had a nice rally up towards the highs. We didn't quite make the highs before we had the pullback. Now we're consolidating back down here. But here's kind of the line in the sand. I'll put it out here. So here's what we're looking at. Is over here looking for this to be support off this close to this 20 and bounce. If not, then we have a lot lower to come. So that's the ideas that we have. That's the cryptos, small caps, the overall market as far as what we're looking at. Tomorrow's turnaround Tuesday possibly. We've pulled down pretty heavily. So maybe Tuesday gives us a little bit of a bounce, because sometimes turnaround Tuesday kind of gives you a reversal of whatever the market did the day before, and then all of a sudden you get a continuation play for the rest of the week at the beginning of the week. So it's going to be very volatile out there. So we'll watch the price action. If we get above yesterday's close on these stocks, looking for continuation plays to the upside. If we're below yesterday's close on these stocks, then we're looking for more downside. So just to give you an idea of what we're looking at. So play safe out there, and we'll talk tomorrow night, see how your trades went, and see what to look for as we move into Wednesday, following tomorrow. So happy trading on Tuesday. Good night.